Hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome to the after-action report of my Hearts of Iron 4, The New Order, the United States of America campaign. So I haven't done one of these in a long time, so I'm just going to kind of speak off the cuff. Let's talk about things that went right and things that went wrong. I guess let me first talk about the very, very few things that were wrong with this campaign in terms of the design of the mod. And then I'll talk about things that were great, and then I'll talk about things that I did good, and then I'll end it with things that I think that I personally did wrong. Because people don't watch the whole videos anymore, so you know all my flaws will be at the end where nobody will see them. But okay, a couple of small things. Number one, couple of errors with the space program stuff, which I guess we can still keep investing into. That's kind of fun, even though we've already landed on Mars. Just when things would get stuck with the manned missions, that was supposed to have been fixed, or it's going to be updated. I don't know if it's happened yet, but it should be happening relatively soon or something. So that's not really that big a deal. Second bug, what was the other bug? I really probably should have actually taken notes. What was the other bug that we had? Was it something here with the national focuses? Oh, yeah, I remember. The Egypt War that never ends unless, like, this ultimately people have been screaming at the comments for me to, like, understand what's wrong here, but... Caesar! There's my cat. Constant presence. So, you know, we've been sending a lot of help to him, but, like, Nasir has just been in this perpetual war against the Kingdom of Egypt, who's under a Regency Council, and nobody even freaking knows where he is. Like, it shouldn't be this... I don't know where he is. Wherever he is, it shouldn't be this damn hard to find him. You know what I'm saying? So that I'm going to consider that a bug. And then what was the third thing that we had an issue with? Was it something with the elections, like the Senate or whatever? I don't remember, so I guess it couldn't have been that big a deal. I probably brought it up over the course of the campaign if it was that serious a thing. You know, oh yeah, this is kind of generally speaking. I really don't think that we should have been having an oil crisis in the United States when I've got this much freaking oil that I was able to develop in here. What did I have to do? But like a synthetic refinery in every single state or something in order to get people off my ass? Please. Or how about maybe something where if I have a certain amount of nuclear reactors, I'm able to offset the power costs in the nation a little bit so that the oil crisis reduces itself more. I just kind of wish that there was a way that we could maybe get rid of it entirely. It was just a bit of a frustration through that later section of the campaign. Okay, let's talk about the good things. Everything else. I love the environment, the way the presidential elections and the Senate system worked. I really like the Senate system. It took me a little while to understand how it worked, really, like to truly get it, and that you know I need to be spending time working on it personally in order to get the setup that I want in the Senate, but I was just basically very pleased with that, and I liked how you could be running as one, you could be the president of one party, but you could be actively campaigning for the other one because you're trying to set yourself up for the next guy. I thought that was very cool. Also like that it doesn't cost political power, because campaigning is just going to always happen. I don't think there's any need for it to cost political power. Although maybe I kind of wish that there was a little bit of a better reflection in the popularity here compared to like, you know, how it worked in the Senate. Although I don't think, unlike Kaiserreich, I don't think there's something that equivocates, you know, how much political power per day you're getting to your to you know, whatever your income is, your popularity. That's what I meant to say. A lot of these societal developments I thought were great, just like how the economic and social laws, they can all just do different things. I kind of wish that there was maybe a way that you could spend some political power to change them manually sometimes. I know that I was getting quite frustrated with the civilian economy. Where's that here? But I guess like the economy works differently here, where actually as you go into war economy and total mobilization, it's going to start costing you more consumer good factories, interestingly enough. But I guess that was mostly just my frustration with how the factories work, and I'm definitely not saying that I was the best at it. The Proxy Wars were fantastic. I did, though, get incredibly frustrated with Africa, although it is called the African Nightmare, so maybe you're never supposed to successfully, like, bring them into the OFN or something, and so you just end up throwing good money after bad, good resources after bad, good time after bad into that. But as you guys probably remember, I ended up just rage quitting out of here eventually because I was just so pissed. What else is going on? Of course, I think we need a little bit more details done with the proxy wars. You may remember I did nothing to get involved in India because I knew that India has, there's nothing there. There's nothing to worry about. Whoa, I don't think they were libertarian socialists at the beginning, though. Anyway, but it's just one of those things that, why should I really care? The Philippines never uprose. I don't know why we weren't able to get free Indonesia into the OFN. That should have been a thing. It creates a buffer between Japan and Australia. That's obviously huge. So I just think there's definitely some things that need to be elaborated on a little bit here and there. Also kind of getting away from the United States. I really am looking forward to the day where Russia is able to go beyond just the unification. Like, it's perfectly fine for now, but I just really want the day to come where they can at least go after Moscow, and then probably long term they go after Germany, but Germany's got nukes, so I'm not sure how that would work. But at the very least, I want us to get to a place where they could take Moscow. But I had tons of fun flip-flopping between the different presidents. You'll have to check my thumbnail, but let's see. Off the top of my head, how many presidents did I go through? It was Nixon, JFK, McCormick, Bobby, then Humphrey died. I hope I put Humphrey dead in the thumbnail. I'm going to probably do that. Okay, yeah, so then Humphrey died. Oh, yeah, wait, no, hold on. Let me start over. It was... Can you tell I don't have notes? It was Nixon, JFK, McCormick, RFK, Strom Thurmond, John Glenn. So I had 6 different presidents, which, wow, that was something. Got a little bit chaotic there at times. We had an assassination scare with Glenn and an impeachment scare as well, although I don't think Glenn can actually be impeached. And I don't know about the assassination. It might just be an event and you never have to actually worry about it. But that was spooky. And I like the variety of paths that the U.S. can go down, that you can kind of crisscross across different people, that you can change frequently. I really enjoy that. That's one of the things I really like about the Pacific States of America in Kaiserreich. I almost said in base game, because like Kaiserreich is to me the base game, because who the heck plays vanilla anymore? Sorry, developers. I just don't have the time for you anymore, vanilla. I'll probably give their next non-country pack thing a try. But let's see here. Yeah, so I thought the South Africa Corps stuff was great. I thought the way that you could escalate the proxy wars was really fun. That you had different ways of doing things. I kind of wish there was maybe a little bit more detail in terms of the air coverage. I don't know if mechanically it would be possible to do this, but I would like a thing where maybe you could, because the proxy wars are the real wars. If you're not playing in Russia, everything's just proxy wars. I would like something where maybe you could personally control an air force in the region. Then you can have a real rolling thunder. But of course, I didn't even really do that, and it's ultimately like the helicopters on the ground that are going to win the day, or helicopters on the ground. That's funny. But it was all great. I liked that you had to work, that even though you have your own party, you had that system where you could win over senators from other parties, because like. Let's be honest, my Glenn administration was basically a coalition government with the NPPC, and then the Democrats are on the outside. Look at them. They're down to 14% popularity. The frickin' authoritarian socialists under Gus Hall are catching up with them at this rate. And even the far right with their Strom Thurmond thing I got rid of. I wonder if Strom Thurmond actually ever could go to jail, by the way. But I did like that you had to kind of juggle certain things, although ultimately I guess there was no problem with there being debt. I would kind of like there to be some sort of effect for that. Maybe like your stability goes down, or like it really hurts your popularity for the next election if there's too much debt. But even though this kind of worked out for me, that didn't matter. And it's 2020 as of the time of this recording. Money printer go brr if you're ever in debt. Don't worry about it. But there maybe should be a little bit of a consequence there. Okay, so things that I think I did right. I think the South Africa War went very well, even though I kind of slipped and, frickin' Khomeini got taken back. But on the other hand, we got to see that horrible event, so that was fun. There was, that was another bug that happened. It said, like, Italy was at war with the Reich or something, but then nothing happened. That, I think, maybe that's just a bug or something. Obviously, I didn't do everything right. I wasn't able to get Italy to join the OFN, incidentally. That would have been nice. They ended up joining the Co-Prosperity Sphere. And I'm not sure what kind of benefits there actually are that come from that. Like, I don't know, like if you get like another trading partner or something. Is there anything over here? yeah, I don't know if there's an actual benefit, but it's like it's a fun prize to say you got Italy in, right? I wish that maybe we could send, even if it's just one division, to go help in Russia. But I guess that could end up becoming broken because then if you're playing in Russia and then the AI-US sends help to your opponent, now you're dealing with like helicopters and jets, which you very well might anyway. But I did like that we could consistently change who we were helping, and we could also send it to more than one person at the same time. That was an interesting mechanic. Definitely, yeah. I never would have thought that a Cold War like scenario would work in Hearts of Iron 4, but this mod has definitely shown me otherwise. Let's see. Philippines, I wish it worked better. I need to learn how to do the economy stuff better. I also need to get better about spending political power, even though I sometimes have a lot of it. I really was screwing things up with Glenn, I think, but I think a lot of this was me going in blind in terms of like how much political power I was spending on events. And so I'm going to be better at a lot of this stuff. Like, I think you guys kind of saw that I was learning as I went. Heck, I put like 20 hours into this campaign pretty much. So of course I hope I would learn some things along the way. What else did I do wrong? You know, I probably should have just disbanded some of the air assault units that were back. You know, when I was short on choppers and things like that. There were definitely times where logistically I didn't have equipment when I certainly could have. I also probably should have in the early part of the game maybe lowered the construction costs to build up a liquid reserve for later. But it's not like I knew how that would have worked. But if I was going to play Bobby Kennedy again, I would do that in the future. Excuse me. Like during the Nixon administration until 1964, just lower the construction costs if I wanted to like min-max him, and then also be working more on getting the NPP in power. So then as soon as Bobby Kennedy's in, bam, we railroad through the Civil Rights Act that we wanted, like the Glorious Bill or whatever the heck that event was called. And then we can do wars on poverty and all sorts of stuff like that. And then I can kind of figure about how I'd want to juggle being liberal with maybe not pissing people off and getting assassinated as Bobby. And then I could have found out what exactly was at the end of the rainbow, so to speak, like with the eternal flame focus at the bottom there. Like what was going to happen is it was just going to be like a goodbye. Is it going to get dark? Is Bobby just like, I finished your legacy, Jack, and he's just going to blow his own brains out or something? I don't know. I don't know what was going to happen. Also, keep an eye out. If I haven't done it already, I'm going to be doing it soon. You know, no, I should have hoped that I would have done it by now, because by the time this video goes up, it's fucking February, and we're in December right now. I'm going to do, like, a silly video. This is just a silly idea I had while I was drinking and tired one night. Of, like, I'm probably going to go back to the save file of when I was with Bobby and just, like, focus autocorrect all of the stuff that led to him being assassinated, but where he's like doing dark things to create an equal America, and I'm gonna create like a montage of it. It's gonna be still images. I'm gonna put minimum work into it just for funnies, and set it to unravel that Tokyo Ghoul OP. And really, if I have the time, I might do two versions. I might do one where it's in English, and then one with the Japanese. Maybe I'll have Ina, the Hololive girl, be the one singing it. And of course, that video won't be monetized at all. I'm going to end up probably putting too much time into it for something that's going to make 0 cents, but meaning pennies, you know, cents. I don't know, I'm just babbling now. I don't even have notes. But yeah, this was a great campaign. I certainly want to come back. I'm leaning Yaki for a future campaign. Who knows, by the time you're watching this, I probably have already started recording a new one or something. But I could definitely see myself in the New Order just consistently going back and forth between Russia and the United States. So, for example, also on this version, I finished up my Aryan Brotherhood into Hyperborea campaign. That was a live stream. And so I might kind of go back and forth. So, like, the next time I play TNO... I think by the time you're watching this, I hope by the time you're watching this, if not, sorry, Ray, I didn't mean to squeal, but I think you guys have figured it out from the posts in my community tab. There's going to be the Moe order created, and I'm right now really wanting to do Moe West Russian Revolutionary Front. Alternatively, I'm debating maybe Yagoda. There's a couple of others, but those are the two main ones I want to do. And then maybe come back, do Yaki, go back to Russia, do somebody else, come back to the United States, do like Gus Hall or whatever. There's a lot of fun to be had. And they're not all going to be pre-recorded. Some of these might be live streams where it's just like click on the 5-speed. We all know what events are going to happen. Go, 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 go. We don't have to read the Senate elections over and over again. And I'm going to keep working on my CPU to keep it going fast, like it kind of what, like, yeah, you know, maybe I might overclock it. I'm not thinking of, like, buying a new one or anything. Like, I kind of thought about it for, like, 2 seconds, but, you know, it's like to get an actual better one, you know, that costs moolah. Basically, what was I getting at? Yeah. So lot more of the new order coming in, although as we head into 2021, I've been doing a lot of Hearts of Iron 4 lately because it's comfortable, it's familiar, and yet it's a new mod. I want to start getting some other stuff in, so hopefully I've been doing that by now. If not, when I put this video up, it'll be a reminder to myself to, I want to get some more Crusader Kings 2 in. I want to definitely do some more Crusader Kings 3 because I've severely neglected it since it came out. I just was not in a great space, but like I want to do some more fantasy worlds. I want to do Tolkien. I want to do Brendan Sanderson's Stormlight Archive, Crusader Kings 3. I want to do Godhira, which is a mod for Crusader Kings 3 that's done by the Pink Panzer, who's written other things, of course. So like, yeah, there's just a lot out there to do that's not Hearts of Iron 4 related, and I just realized I just named Crusader Kings 2 and Crusader Kings 3, but it's like, I mean, stuff like, goodness gracious, what am I even talking about? It's like, just other games, you know, real-time strategy games, Total War, whatever, you know, other stuff. I'm really just babbling now. Thanks for joining me. I'm Conquering History Games. You all have yourselves a wonderful day, and yeah, thanks for everybody who watched this whole series. Goodbye.